rose of Alabama. He's the sweet tobacco posy. He is the rose of Alabama. There's a yellow rose in Texas that I'm gonna see. No other soldier knows her, no soldier only me. She cried so when I left her, it like to broke my heart. And if I ever find her, we never more apart. She's the sweetest rose of color the soldier ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like the dew. You may talk about your dearest May and sang of Rosalie, but the yellow rose of Texas beats the bells of Tennessee. Now, the Yellow Rose of Texas was a real person. Her name was Emily Morgan. She was a lady of mixed heritage and apparently very beautiful because she was well known in that area. Either she was very beautiful or there weren't many ladies in the area. One of the two. We're not quite sure which. But anyway, you remember Santa Anna. If you think back into your history, Santa Anna was the fellow that killed Fess Parker and Jed Clampett at the Alamo. In the Disney movie. But Santa Anna's favorite, we'll just call her girlfriend, was Emily Morgan. And supposedly when Sam Houston attacked in the Texas War for Independence, when he attacked at San Jacinto, which proved to be the last battle of that war and it won Texas their independence, at the moment of his attack, Santa Anna was in the tent discussing military strategy with the Yellow Rose of Texas. So goes the legend, anyway. And so that's why it spread. And, you know, Texas boys came to the Southern armies. And up in Virginia, there was a Texan station up there, and I found this verse that he wrote. He wrote it in a letter, and it goes like this. Way out west in Texas, 8,000 miles from here, I got a little sweetheart, a little mountain deer. She's a-sittin' and a-singin' and sewin' rebel clothes while I'm a-shootin' Yankees where the Rappahannock flows. She's the sweetest rose of color the soldier ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like the dew. You may talk about your dearest May and sang of Rosalie, but the Yellow Rose of Texas beats the bells of Tennessee. Sitting by the roadside on a summer's day, chatting with my messmates, passing time away, lying in the shadow underneath the trees. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas. Peas, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas.
In Songs and Stories of the Civil War, Bobby Horton will transport your audience back in time to the most turbulent and bloody era in our nation's history. You will get to know these amazing people through the music they loved. The stories and songs tell of sweethearts and families left behind, fallen comrades, the hope of going home, and the pride, bravery, and patriotism of the volunteers who unselfishly answered their country's call.
Southern say ye country call ye up, less worse than death befall ye. Two arms, two arms, two arms in Dixie. Lo, all the beacon fires lighted, let all hearts be now united. Two arms, two arms, two arms in Dixie. Advance the flag of Dixie, hurrah, hurrah. For Dixie's land will take our stand, deliver, die for Dixie. Two arms, and conquer peace for Dixie. Two arms, and conquer peace for Dixie. Yes, we'll rally round the flag, boys, rally once again, shouting the battle cry of freedom. We will rally from the hillside, we'll gather from the plain, shouting the battle cry of freedom. The Union forever, hurrah, boys, hurrah. Down with the traitor and up with the star, while we rally around the flag, boys, rally once again, shouting the battle cry of freedom. We are springing to the call of our brothers gone before. And that's April 67 of 62. And in 2 days, approximately 23,000 young people were casualties. 23,000. It's hard to imagine that many people, but one way you can do so is if you could take every one of those young men who who were casualties on that 2-day period and stand them up shoulder to shoulder and make a line, north and south together. And once they made their line and you walk, you start at the beginning of that line and walk to the very end. By the time you get to the end, you will have walked almost 6 miles. Can you imagine? And so after Shiloh, everybody instinctively knew this thing had spun out of control. And there's no telling where it's going to end up. God only knew. There was a fellow who was in Company C of the 2nd Texas Volunteer Infantry named M.B. Smith, survived this battle. He got back to Corinth, Mississippi, where the Confederate Army went after the second day, and they were pushed back. And when he got back to Corinth, he wrote this song. And just bear in mind, these are the words of a soldier, a common soldier, couldn't believe what he'd seen. Come, all ye valiant soldiers, a story I will tell about the bloody battle that was fought on Shiloh Hill. It was an awful struggle, it'll cause your blood to chill, for the wounded, the dying, lay on Shiloh Hill. It was the 6th of April, just at the break of day. The drums and fifes were playing for us to march away. It's one of the great, great tunes in our nation historic musical legacy. It's called Beach Spring. By the way, this is, some people call this a bouzouki, and the old timers call it an octave mandolin. The song is Beach Spring. Come, you sinners, poor and needy, weak and wounded, sick and sore. Jesus ready stands to save you, full of pity, love, and power. He is able, he is able, he is willing, doubt no more. He is able, he is able, he is willing, doubt no more. John Harrelson, could you not invent a meter or some less immodest mode of making your saltpeter? The thing it is quite queer, you know, gunpowder like the cranky, that when a lady lifts her shift, she shoots another Yankee. Oh, Brother Green, do come to me, for I am shot and bleeding, and I must die no more to see my wife and my dear children. The southern foe has laid me low on this cold ground to suffer. Dear brother, stay, put me away, and write my wife a letter. Tell her I know she's prayed for me, and now her prayers are answered, that I might be prepared to die if I should fall in battle.
Their music is so inspiring and their stories so compelling. Your audience will experience a new appreciation of those who have gone before us.
Thank you very, very much.